What's going on, guys? Venatix here. Welcome back to the channel. This is a solo guide video, and like always, I love to play New York City on Police Station on the hardest difficulty. Now, if you didn't know, a lot of people didn't quite know this. Now, I know the game's been out for a little bit while. If you want to play by yourself, don't click quick play. Go down and choose the actual level you want to pick, and then choose whatever difficulty you want, and then it'll load you in by yourself without having to worry about playing with randoms. Okay, so we have hunt, defeat an elite target, rescue, extract the asset, and triangulation, activate stations. These ones aren't necessarily too complicated. Unfortunately, I can't pick which ones I'm going to get. And then the mutation is sprawl, which isn't too big of a deal as long as you have the laser on the ground. But if you don't have a laser, again, it's not too difficult. But let's talk about what I would do in this situation. So again, the very first one is hunt, so we're just going to need damage. Rescue, we can stealth all the way through, and then triangulation, again, you can just click it and run. So sledge would be really good for triangulation. Rescue, fuse would be really good for rescue. Hunt, fuse could also be good for hunt, so that's 2 for 3 right there. But I do think someone who can throw explosives or shoot explosives, maybe like Zofia or Ella or Nomad, for example, would do really well in those situations. Now, since we do have the rescue mission there, we do want to do a little bit of stealth. So someone like a Vigil, right, for example, would do really good there, as well as again Fuse, because Fuse can use his cluster mine or whatever it's called, cluster charge, to shoot the area around the rescue and not actually kill the asset, but kill all the enemies around it, where I think this is where he excels really well. Now, if you're a person who takes a whole lot of damage, play as Doc. Just give yourself a bunch of temp health and be safe, and he has one of the best weapons in the game, the HK417. Now you could argue and take Rook, who also has the HK417, and give yourself that extra armor to keep yourself safe and take less damage overall. He's a very tanky boy. But I think for this one, personally, I think Fuse might be one of the best options here. Now he has a really good LMG, if you didn't already know, which is a 6P41, but I've been using the AK-12 a whole lot more just because of the reload speed difference, and I find that this AK does enough damage. So just talking about other things here like sabotage, right? You're going to want to use someone like Gridlock, someone who's got defenses and stuff like that. And then other ones where there's cloaked Arkeans, you're going to want somebody like Lion who can see through them, or with the Blinding Spores mutation, you're going to want to play as IQ because she can see the Blinding Spores. Now, hopefully, that gives you guys a little bit of help and a little bit of tips here, because we're going to jump in right here, right now, as Fuse, actually, just to kind of show off Fuse with the paralysis grenades, extra explosives, with a silence pistol, and a loud primer. Just remember that. Now, this is solo critical. Let's see how well we do. Okay, so we're not. So with this one, we're not going to focus on any studies, since I don't have any active studies available. As you can see, they're already all done. Not much I can do about that in regards to doing studies. But what we're going to do is just work on just beating things on critical, how I like to do things. I like to have a silence secondary, and I like to take things slow. Now, if I was really struggling, I'd highly recommend using a silencer, or so, I'm sorry, a drone. Oh, the drone. Now, what I'm going to try to do here is sneak up on this boy here. Now, if you didn't know, you can actually shoot the... Oh, who's it going to be? I don't know who's over here. Sounds like... Oh, a Tormentor. See, we want to be very careful against Tormentors. Well, unfortunately, he turned around there. Oh, man. Okay, we killed one. What's that, an ability? Nope, react tech, so we're going to want to grab that. So again, sometimes stealth doesn't always go as planned, and that's totally okay. Now we just need to figure out which nearby nest he procced, which, if I'm being completely honest, it doesn't look like... Oh, Tormentor. It doesn't look like he actually procced any nearby nests. I think the only reason why he yelled was because that one that was over there, which we already took care of. And that's one of the big things. If someone does start to yell or howl, you want to kill them as fast as possible. Now, of course, you can't always do that. Ooh. Like that. Now, that's a little annoying because he probably saw, like, my elbow and decided he was going to shoot. It's kind of annoying. Oh, there's people inside the extract there. Oh, we're fighting a protein. Wow, what a great way to start off this solo guide for you guys. Actually, it may not be a bad thing. We can figure out where he is. Oh, okay, we know where he is. Now, what I could do, since I am playing as Fuse, is try to bait him down this hallway and use my cluster charge. Let's see if he comes. Oh, he's pretty close. I'd like him to be closer. So right now I'm playing to the strengths of my operator, which is this cluster charge. But of course, he's not quite getting close enough for me to use it perfectly. So what I'm doing is keeping... Whoa! I'm trying to keep my distance. Okay, so I bet you my charge is gone now. Yep, charge is gone. Haven't even got the opportunity... Haven't had the opportunity to use my charge. So I'm kind of keeping my distance, playing it safe. I don't think Alibi is a very tough one, so it's kind of a bad example for you guys. There's definitely some stronger proteins out there, but that wasn't too bad. So if you didn't know, if you are a new player, bottom left corner tells you how much is remaining on the map, and that includes the airlock. Okay, so this is a really good mutation on where Fuse excels. So I'm going to sneak my way as much as I can. Sometimes, you know, you can't always stealth, and that's okay. Alright, gotta be careful here. Most likely an enemy in there. So I'm taking all the nests at a distance with my silencer. Do not want to alert any hordes. Now it sounds like there's somebody. There's a tormentor in there, as we saw. I think that guy actually saw me. So I'm gonna do this for fun. Just screw tormentors, am I right? Okay, looks like I just killed a bunch of blinding spores. Yep. Didn't actually kill any tormentors there that I could see. But now what I could do here, the asset is kind of far away, but this won't actually do any damage to the asset, so I'm gonna do that.
There's the package. Exfil our personnel.
Alright, there's one more room here. We're gonna blow them up. Okay, just like that, we cleared the whole area. I'm just gonna grab this medkit since I'm not gonna be coming back. Now, what I would highly recommend on other maps, since we just did this one, or anytime you have the rescue mission, is to clear the area to the extract first. That way, when you're running with just a pistol out, and you can't even sprint when you're holding the asset, you can actually come over here and drop them off fairly safe. Now, another tip, if this was the only mission you wanted to do, or was the last mission, you can actually just press... Oh my gosh, and I did the dumb thing. Wow, I've done that way too many times. And you can press F and extract. It's because I was talking about it out loud. Alright, sorry about that for me being a bonehead there. No joke, I kid you not though, I just ran through, like immediately after, just ran through to get to the last part of a mission here. Unfortunately, it's asset, which is the one we just did, but we can still talk about it because as you gradually go on, things do get more difficult. And we do have a different mutation this time around with the fog. The fog is definitely one of the more annoying ones. It's something you don't realize how hard it actually is until you try to stealth and everyone and their mom sees you from everywhere, but you don't see the enemies like that guy here. See if I can just ignore him. Looks like we were able to ignore him. So obviously all we're trying to do is get this rescue operator, and like I do, we know we need to get him to the extract. But since this is the last one, I'm not too scared about running as fast as I can to the actual extract. So what I'm going to try to do is sneak up on... Oh! Ow. Alright, this is where things get dangerous. We're going to have to be very, very careful here. Woo! Just gotta keep moving, keep strafing. I don't want to have my back up against the wall. Yeah, I can't even see the guy out there. Alright, I'm just gonna grab him while I can. Take him out. Nothing too crazy. Things got a little heated there, but you gotta stay cool, calm, and collected. You saw that I killed the nest practically as fast as possible, as well as any tormentors or spikers in the area. Now, of course, when it comes to games like this, the first-person shooter, and you have to be decent. But what I was gonna say is you can just do this, and this will count as getting the asset out safely. See how it turned green there? I know it's hard to see. It was very last second. Woo! And that's just like my mini solo guide there. I know this is small. If you guys want to see more of those where I explain everything out loud, let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment, because it helps the YouTube algorithm and it helps me understand and know that's what you guys like and want to see. we'll see you in the next one. Peace.